It has been one eventful weekend for your girl. I am happy to be doing this vlog because I want to unveil some pieces I got this weekend. Some Indigenous, Native American, South American pieces. And I'm ready to dig into this lemon cake. So I decided to do something different this weekend. I stepped outside of my zone of proximity, of familiarity, and I decided to go to New Jersey, to Jersey City, which is really not that far from Manhattan where I live. And first I went to go see Wonka, this new movie, the remake of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory that came out, I think, in December. I went to go see that. Awesome movie, by the way. I saw that yesterday, and Willy Wonka was one of my favorite movies. So I have a handful of childhood favorite movies. Aladdin being at the top of the list. I used to be a big fan of Aladdin growing up as a little girl, so much to the point where I decorated my entire room in Aladdin regalia. I mean, my bed, I had a poster, everything was Aladdin. So, seeing this movie, Wonka, I don't know if y'all seen it yet, but it's a good movie if you've seen the original. It does have a little twist on it. Looking good. I'm supposed to say queen? It says queeb. Thank you. I know what you meant, though. Thank you. I'm about to unveil these pieces I got. So I went to Jersey. I was pretty much in Jersey like the entire weekend. So yesterday I went to Newport Mall. And that's where I saw the movie Wonka. And then something told me just to explore the mall because I went to AMC Theater. I just want to do something different, right? I'm used to just kind of going through Manhattan, Brooklyn, right? And I'm like, let me just do something different. And let me go to just outside of New York City. So I went to Jersey and no regrets. Like, yeah, I had a really good time this weekend. And, inside Newport Mall, there's a store that sells Indigenous clothing. And when I spoke to the lady who worked there, she was telling me that the clothing is made in South America and Ecuador. So wait till I show y'all these pieces I got. I'm just like, yes, yes, yes. It just, I felt like it resonated with me. Like it was just pulling me in that direction. Because I was about to leave the mall after I had saw the film, and then I was like, you know what, let me go see what else they got here in this mall. It's a really nice mall. My very first time going there. And so then I was like, you know what, I need to come back to Jersey City to explore because I'm like, I've been living in New York City. I moved here, so it's pretty much like my 10-year anniversary since I've been here. I moved here in 2014, and then I spent 4 years living in LA. So technically, I haven't really been living in New York City for like 6 years because 4 of those years I was living in LA when I was pursuing my doctoral studies, right? But I haven't really ventured really like outside of New York City. And I feel like there's so much to explore. Like I'm an adventurous person. I like to just be spontaneous and explore different things. And New York is a whole state. And I know there are places that it's worth going to see. I just haven't done it yet. We took a group of Indigenous people to South Africa with us in 2021. Is that right? How did that trip go? Let me put this down, though. This cake is so delicate. So soft and chewy. So that's what I'm going to do. Since I had such a good time this weekend, with no regrets. I'm like, I am going to make plans to just start traveling throughout New York, the state of New York, and throughout New Jersey, Pennsylvania. Like, I know there are things to do. I like the outdoors. I've never been skiing. I do like hiking and mountain climbing. So I feel like I'm in a good region of the U.S. to do those things. I just need to, because you know how like we kind of get stuck in the monotony of the same thing, doing the same thing over and over again, right? This kind of monotonous routine that we get stuck in. I gotta get out of that. I feel like that can easily lead to depression, and I don't want to live that kind of lifestyle. Like, I just want to be adventurous. That's just who I am. I'm an adventurous person. So I'm like, yes, let's do it. Great. It was 5 of them. I'll send pics in a video. You should post it on your page. Post it on your page. But yeah, so Jersey City got a lot to offer. Now, granted, there are certain parts of Jersey City is the hood. I was in the hood today. I realized that when I went to this soul food place where I got this lemon cake from called Caroline's, or was it Caroline's, off of MLK Boulevard. And like the photos on Google kind of misleading because I thought it was a dine-in restaurant. Well, turns out they don't have a dine-in part. And I was asking the guy, I was like, what happened to the dine-in part? And he said they used to have it, but no one really sat down to eat there. So I'm like, that's a bummer. So I ended up just ordering, and I had to take it with me. And then I found like a deli to eat at Journal Square Path train station. I'm getting an award in Great Neck, New York, this coming Saturday. Humanitarian award coming from Maryland. Oh, look at you doing big things. Congratulations to you. So, yeah, I want to like venture out. Even in my dating profile, I say that an ideal future date, not like a first date, but like a future date where we have established trust and get to know each other. Like, I wouldn't mind going upstate to rent out a cabin and just, yeah, I'm about that life. So, yeah. And then I feel like, people be talking about traveling outside of the U.S., but the U.S. is such a dynamic place, right? Like, it has so many different historical landmarks and sights to see. And I feel like, why be such in a rush to leave the U.S. when we have a lot of places here in the U.S. that we haven't even touched base with, right? We haven't even begun to touch ground on. So that's what I want to do. Like, I want to travel throughout the U.S. first. Of course, I lived in L.A. for 4 years. I lived in Atlanta, Georgia for 3 years. I'm from Florida, born and raised. I lived in Jacksonville. I went to school in Tallahassee. I currently live in New York City. So that's what I'm going to be on in these next couple of months. Just going out, traveling, exploring, seeing what Jersey and New York has to offer. I have not been to Philly. I had to think about, like, have I? I've been to Pennsylvania. I did an interview for a pre-doc internship in York, Pennsylvania. I've never really been to, like, Philly. And I heard Philly is an epicenter of African culture. It has different historical landmarks. It's just, a great place to visit and to explore. So that's on my to-do list. I want to go to Louisiana. Yeah, baby. So those things I definitely want to do. But I feel so good because I'm just like, man, I broke away from my routine, from doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. So I'm really happy. So I'm going to go ahead and try these things on. I think I'm going to have to take this off first before I do that. So there are two pieces I got. I'm gonna try these on without messing up my hair. Give me a second. Be right back.
Isn't it bullshit that some companies make their employees work in dark, cramped conditions? Is that good for business? At Vital Farms, we believe happy employees are good for business. Vital Farms, keeping it bullshit free. Get away and come together at Great Wolf Lodge. Won't be okay.
All right, let's see what they look like on me. All right, let's see. And the one thing I like is the texture. Very soft. They seem to be like very durable. And I like the patterns I picked out. It has a hood, but I don't wear hoods, or I don't wear like wraps on my hair or anything like that that's covering my hair, because I just like to show my hair. So here's one. Of course I love it already. Yes, honey, this is moi. Only thing that I don't like is that it doesn't have pockets. But I wonder if I can get my tailor to make pockets. Probably ain't gonna mess it up, but yes, honey, I'll see the back. It's very comfy, and it has 2 buttons. One of my favorite songs. I love it. Which one do y'all like? So I'm gonna show y'all this one, and I have another one I'm about to try on. I got 2. I like the black and white. You tagging me. You know what? I hate being tagged in things. I say just, okay, you can tag me, but I'm going to check it out. But I don't like being tagged. I don't. Because what bothers me is the notifications when I'm tagged in things. I'm like, this has nothing to do with me. A bunch of people commenting on the post. But yes. So this is made 100% wool. I love it. Made in Ecuador. Tinty baby. I don't want to take it off. It's so comfy. It's very thick too. I don't think my camera really does justice. Alright, I'm about to try on the other one. Yo, this would have freaking fell. You like the artwork? Where are you located, Harambe? Oh, that's your company, Harambe Books. What is your name? Is your name Harambe? Or is that just the name of your brand? I'm so sorry. Yeah, so this store is called Ruma Maki, spelled RUMAMAKI, and it's in the Newport Mall in Jersey City. And like I said, I went to that mall to see a movie because I wanted to just go to a different AMC theater. Like, I've been all over Manhattan, right, looking at different movies. Your name is Haki Ami. So I'm like, I want to go to a different place that I haven't been. And I did that, and I didn't even plan on like going to other stores throughout the mall, but something told me like just explore and see what they have here, and I did, and yeah, I'm happy with my purchase. I'll tell y'all how much I spent, or should I tell y'all? Here in Baltimore, Baltimore, how they say it. All right, here's the other one. Now let me know which one y'all like. This one looks a little different. I think it's shorter. Let's see. How was y'all Sunday? How did y'all spend Sunday? All right. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's not. It just seemed like it was. There's the other one. I like it. I don't know which one do I like the best. And it has a hood, but I'm in the phase now where I don't like things over my hair. I like to show my hair, I don't like the cover. I like to show my hair. So, and this is the back. I actually might wear this to work tomorrow. I work at a hospital as a psychologist here in New York City. And my patients, my colleagues are always fascinated with what I wear. A lot of people are fascinated. I could be walking through the World Trade Center mall, and it happened to me recently. I was walking through the mall, World Trade Center, and this white guy, he just came up to me. He was just like, hey, can you tell me where I can get things that, something like what you're wearing that's like non-conventional, like just not typical? And it was like, kind of caught me off guard. I was just like, well, actually, I buy my clothes from different places. So you guys have seen where I've done vlogs, shopping vlogs, where I purchase clothing from the African market on 116th Street, at the Malcolm Shabazz market. I shop in West Village. Like, I just like the indigenous kind of ethnic wear. And one thing about like fashion is that you have to like really develop your own style, right? And know who you are. And then you're gonna seek out and be interested in different colors, different textures, different types of clothing that kind of resonates with your identity as a person. So for me, it's funny to hear other people's perspective of how they identify me, right? And that kind of came up in conversation recently with one of my colleagues at work, where she was like trying to assign me a therapy case, and she was like, I think this patient would be good for you because you're like gothic. And I'm like, what? She describes me as like, she said, excuse me, she's like, you're gothic, you're hipster. And I'm just like, I don't really see myself as that, but I think she was referring to the type of shoes I wear, which is like Doc Martens, and a lot of people who are gothic wear Doc Martens, but I wouldn't describe myself as that. For me, I would say I'm very eclectic, right? Definitely African-centered, clearly. Indigenous. My mother's paternal father, sorry, my paternal grandfather, on my mother's side, did I say that right? My maternal grandfather, there we go. My maternal grandfather, which is my mother's father, he definitely had Native American Cherokee blood in him, right? So oftentimes people ask me, oh, your features, they notice like my slanted eyes, and some people say, oh, you look Asian or Chinese or whatever, and I'm just like, no. This is not Asian, baby. These are not Asian features, okay? More like indigenous, more like Native American features, right? More like African features, but not like someone today said that this guy, I was at the post office today, and this black man comes up to me. He was just like, anybody ever told you you look like Diana Ross's daughter? And I'm just like, wait a minute, I had to think about it. He was like, Tracy Ross. I'm just like, nothing about this face resembles who you talking about. But I took it as a compliment. I was like, okay, she's a pretty woman, but no, we do not resemble at all. But yeah, I think that, like I said, when it comes to fashion, what I noticed is that when you look out, and you guys should do this experiment, when you guys look out, like go out in public tomorrow and pay close attention to the colors that people are wearing. And you notice most colors, there's a pattern, right? 3 main colors you'll see people wearing. Y'all know what they are? Blue. I would say blue probably is the number 1. Black. And I would say white, gray. Those are like the 3 main colors, which speaks to the conformity, the uniformity of people when it comes to dress, to fashion, to what they choose to wear. So when somebody like myself steps out and I'm wearing like different colors, that yes, this obviously has black in it, but you don't see blue, right? And it's just like it stands out. Even with this is black and white, but the pattern itself, it stands out. Most of my clothing that I have definitely goes against the grain, goes against the trend of what most people are wearing. Now, I'll have my like your traditional corporate wear, right? That's usually sold like an H&M. That's where I shop to get like my slacks and my collared shirts. Actually, my collared shirts that I wear, that you guys see me wearing, comes from the men's department. Believe it or not, I think the men's department at H&M has the best formal wear, or not really. Is it formal? I would say a corporate, business wear. And when it comes to the collared shirts, my slacks I get from the women's department, but definitely they have the best. The men's section has the best collared shirts. But yeah, I wear things like that, but I mix it up. I gotta come out. This is warm. The heat is on here in my place, but I like it. I don't know if I'm gonna wear it. I may, depend. I might wear it to work, but funny enough, like back in the day, And I would say it was just of recent times that I actually kind of been stepping into fashion. And that was when I was pursuing my doctoral studies in LA. That's kind of when I really stepped into fashion, living in Los Angeles. Ironic. It's a whole long story behind that. I think I've talked about that though in my vlogs before, but I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up because it's been a long day for me. Thank you all for tuning in, and I will catch y'all in the next one.